This is my daughter Heather, and she's 12 now. We came to Scoliosis Systems just about a year ago now. Heather's had several years of back pain, which we started seeking help from the pediatrician. They couldn't find what her source was, told us to take some Motrin and go home. We then found a chiropractor who started doing some x-rays and found her curve. We went back to the pediatrician with that information. We were told, you just have to wait. If it gets bad enough, she'll go into a brace, possibly surgery. There's nothing you can do about it. That answer really wasn't good for me, so we pursued it, did a lot of research on the internet, and found Scoliosis Systems. Wasn't sure if that's the right thing to do. We live in Connecticut. We had to travel to New York City. You know, there's a little bit of expense to all that, and was this going to be the right thing? You don't want to waste time when you feel like time's against you with your age and the curve progressing. Dr. Deutschman's been fabulous. Heather's done great. It hasn't interfered with her lifestyle. She horseback rides. She's very active. And her curve is really not a curve anymore. She started at 23 degrees, and she's currently able to maintain it at around 10 to 12. So we couldn't be happier. She has no back pain. She's a happy young lady.
Yeah.
So Heather, what's your experience like with the program and finding out that you had scoliosis? What was that like for you?
Well, it was kind of hard for me to hear, but I'm really pleased that the brace allows me to do all my normal activities, and it allows me to horseback ride and run like normal and everything.
Now, when you started, your mom said you had pain, and
Yes.
that's what kind of and how's your pain now?
I don't have any pain at all.
When did the pain seem to go away?
Maybe when I got my back brace, there wasn't really any pain at all, just like from tension in the neck sometimes, but there wasn't really any more back pain.
So the back pain went away when you received the spine cord brace?
Yes.
Well, that's great. And then, so you wore the brace at that time, how many hours a day?
Pretty much all the time.
So you took breaks though, right?
Yes.
And in terms of the exercises, were you given exercises to do?
Yes.
And how often did you do the exercises?
I did them at night, just once a day, probably most of the time before I went to bed, and then in the summer, just in the morning.
Okay, and how long did it take to do the exercises each time you did them?
The exercises took maybe 20 to 30 minutes, depending on how many I had.
Were they difficult to do?
No, they were easy.
Easy to do? Okay, good. Good. So do you find the brace easy to hide under your clothing?
Yes.
Do you have it on now?
Yes.
Oh, couldn't even tell. And you're looking forward to getting out of the brace?
Yeah.
But it's okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. And you're happy with your results so far?
Yes.
Is there anything you'd like to say or tell people watching this video? Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No.
Okay. Mom, is there anything else you'd like to say?
I just think that they should come here and give that a try, and start early. I mean, if you wait, we've talked so much about people that have 40-degree curves, and you know, you can stop it and maybe back up a little bit. Heather's had such success because I started early. She's flexible. She's been really good about doing her exercises. I don't think it takes her as long as she thinks it does. I think it's more 15 to 20 minutes, but she does them every day.
That's
and
great.
It's just part of her routine.
That's great. Well, thank you so much.
All right. To keep it from